take a little bit of your alizarin crimson and maybe a little bit of the Grumbacher red as well, with just a small amount of white, so that you've got kind of a dark pink. And how red you want these to be is just up to you, but I'm mixing just to get a kind of soft pink, but it's still fairly dark. I will lay this at the base of the petal, come around the little center area. I'm going to work just a little bit darker. One thing that kind of throws you when you're painting on a black surface is when you mix your color and you're on a white surface down here, it looks brighter and darker. And when you come up to against the black, it kind of looks lighter. It takes away some of the darkness. So you have to add a little bit more than what you thought. So sometimes I pick up just a little straight alizarin, or I think the alizarin being darker is going to be the one we'll want to work with. And come on around. See how I'm flaring this out, so you're working in this little fanned out motion like that. And we'll come up against the front petal, so you're working that dark all along that front edge. Come along, and this almost straight alizarin right here. Fan it out, and then wipe the brush a bit and start picking up white. And I'm starting kind of out away from the dark, kind of come out toward the outside edge of the petal, and then just lightly kind of brush these colors together. See how I'm still working with my fanned out direction, and it's kind of wiggly on the edges. You don't have to get right to that little wiggle line that was drawn on. That's just kind of a suggestion right there. Sometimes you might want to pick up just a tiny bit of medium, and that makes it go a little bit easier. And see how I'm just flaring this out as you go along. And if you want it lighter, just wipe the brush and pick up a little bit more straight white on the outside edges. And then you're just pulling it down into the dark. These are kind of little up and down, back and forth strokes following that fanned out shape. And again, just a little heavier white on the outside edges gives it just a little more of a ruffle. You can come out past the line just a tiny bit. And that would be this portion of your petal, okay? You want to just blend this very, very lightly, just enough that you get the lines that might appear between the pink, the darker pink and the lighter pink. You want those worked out. So, but again, it's a very light touch. Don't push. And then we'll do the other side. And again, I'm going to pick up a lot of the alizarin crimson on this back side with not very much white. That's probably even more than I needed. I'm going to get just a little bit redder back there on your shadowed side to the back. Come out, be sure you cover up your tracing line. And again, look for where the petal would join the stem, and that is where you pull into to fan these petals out. So this is a little smaller petal on this back side. And then it depends on the white right here on its edge, which of course is turned in this time, to separate it from the back petal that we just did. So you're working light against dark. So there's the white, and it comes around all the way to the edge. Put it in and blend it a little bit, blend it back. So we're laying in that little light edge. There's your light edge. And then just with a little blending motion, pulling it back a bit. And that's going to be the back side of the petal. I'm going to leave the center unpainted for now. We'll come back and put the centers in all at once. And that makes it a little easier, I think. You can always add additional white to the edges if you feel like you need more contrast, but don't pull it down so far that you lose the pink at the bottom of the petal. See, that gives you a nice little cupped petal. And that would be done except for the green centers that we'll add in a few minutes, okay?